And I don't mind seeing him get up now. Do you want to invite him to get up?
Sure. You want to get up, buddy? I think he's just going to stay here.
All right, thanks for coming. I really appreciate you coming today. Let me look in your eyes one more time. I want to see your pupils. Oh, you're such a good boy. You're such a good guy. So today is going to be a great video because we have this beautiful, well, you don't call him a wired hair, right?
Broken coat.
Broken coat,
Jack Russell
Jack Russell.
Terrier.
I used to have a rat terrier, so I'm always thinking of that. But Jack Russell Terrier, named Doc. And the first interesting thing about today's video is that's what everybody calls me. So we have two Docs in the room. That's kind of my nickname. And the owner, Dad, is Bowman. And who's this dog?
This is Klickitat. This is Doc's granddaughter, actually.
So this is Doc. Doc is 16. Doc's granddaughter is Klickitat. And how did you come up with the name Klickitat?
It's kind of a long story, but...
Tell us the short story.
Well, it just popped into my mind and when I was trying to think of a name for her. His middle name is Chinook, one of his middle names. And when I looked up Klickitat, it's actually a Chinook word, and it means beyond. So that was enough. Yeah. And
Chinook is like Native American.
Yeah. His mother was named Tillamook Cheddar, and when she had puppies, a friend of mine was gonna take one of the puppies. He had a couple daughters. One was 4 years old, and they didn't end up getting a dog, but she named the dog before they got it. This 4-year-old girl named the dog Chinook Grandstar. They're gonna be the son of Tillamook Cheddar. So when they didn't take a dog, I wanted to name him Doc after a friend of mine. And
so
I
what's
gave
his
him
full
Chinook
name?
As a middle name. Doc Chinook Strongheart Cheddar. Strongheart is like the original movie star dog. He's a German Shepherd.
Really? So
from the
Doc
20s.
Chinook Strongheart Cheddar. That's a good name. And I know people in the comments always leave like these cool pet names or dog names because recently I put up a cat video. And the cat's name was very simple, just Kitty Kitty Meow Meow. But that's the full name, and everybody uses that full name all the time. They don't say, hey, Kitty. They always go, Kitty Kitty Meow Meow, come here. Because the effort's worth it. It's worth putting the effort in. You get such a long name, Kitty Kitty Meow Meow. Works though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think of that? What do you think of that? So you have Doc here. And Klickitat, spell that for us in case people are curious.
Klickitat. We call her Clicky.
Clicky
for short, yeah.
And she's adorable. So what's her breed?
We say she's 1/4 Jack Russell and 3/4 the streets.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think she's got some poodle and maybe some Maltese, maybe a bit of Yorkie. We're not totally sure.
She's beautiful, and they get along great, right?
Yeah, they get along really well.
Yeah. So the other interesting thing, because this gets more interesting, tell me about her.
Doc's mother was named Tillamook Cheddar, and she was a pretty successful artist. She made paintings with her claws and teeth.
So not the owner, the dog.
Yeah.
The dog is an artist.
Yeah.
But she's no longer alive.
No, she passed on a few years ago.
And how many paintings did she do?
Over 1,000 paintings. Yeah.
And that was called Tillamook Cheddar.
Tillamook Cheddar, tilly.org is her website, yeah.
Okay,
Tillie.
tillie.org. I'm going to put that in the lower third here, and also I'm going to put it in the description box. And could people buy something on that?
Yeah, they could send me an email and inquire about work.
I mean,
and there's a book available too.
I have to look it up myself. So he
I
just
should
arrived.
have brought you the book. I don't know why I didn't do that.
Well, now you owe me a book.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Next time I'll bring it.
All right. So, anything else before we start?
All right. That's a good intro.
That's a really big body of work. 1,000 paintings.
Yeah, she was really.
And what happened? So Doc never got into painting?
He never picked it up. Yeah, no.
All right, I love it. This is awesome. Okay, so Doc is 16 years old. we need someone to figure that out in dog years and put that in the comments section, because we've had debates how to do that. Is it a straight 7 years?
But it's for smaller dogs. They have a different
formula.
There's
different formulas. So let's get some estimates, and that's definitely old. And you see the back end is really weak, and the front end has a little more pep. The back end is very shaky and unstable. Hi, how are you? And he also had a trachea issue.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How many years ago did that happen?
It started about 2 years ago. We started noticing it. It's just like a persistent cough. It comes at night a lot.
What do they call it? What's the full diagnosis?
They call it, the first time they talked about it, they called it collapsing trachea.
Which
He
sounds
said
horrible.
it's not as bad as it sounds, he said. And then I've heard it also called trachea collapse.
So he sounds more like a cigarette smoker.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, hey,
Yeah, it's
Hey,
usually
Dad.
at night for some reason, and it's...
give me the paintbrush. I'm gonna start painting now. Did the was it grandmother or mother?
Mother.
Did they put a paintbrush in the mouth or more paws?
No, it was she wouldn't actually interact with the paint directly. It was more like a monoprint.
Yeah.
So that there's, you know how carbon paper works, where you press on one side and it makes a mark below. It was like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is there any videos of the work?
There are videos. I mean, we were on TV a bunch of times.
But do you have any videos that we could?
I could, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I
you'll
could,
get that to me. All right. So first, I always like to ask permission, because I feel the dogs like if I do. So can I work on you today, Doc? How do you feel about that? I'm going to give you a little chiropractic checkup. No, he walked away, but I think he's thinking about it.
He's coming back.
He's thinking about it. Okay, what do you think?
No, he walked to you, not to me.
All right, let's get started. So what we're going to do is you're going to help hold him, but
Sure.
right now I'm going to check his atlas, because that's the first place I like to look, and he's giving me that spot. And you can let's turn him this way, and help me hold his body. So we're going to maybe one hand around his collar.
Okay.
And I'm just going to feel the spacing between the wings of the atlas, which is the top bone, and the base of the skull, and feeling the distance. I also feel the muscularity and the muscle tension on the muscles that come off the base of the skull and attach into the first vertebra. And he's definitely tighter on the left right here.
Huh.
This is a very gentle flick adjustment, where I'm just going to flick down and got it. Now, he might react to that, but what's interesting is this will connect to the breathing.
Oh.
He does that anyway, right?
He does.
So let him process that. But that was an atlas adjustment, and it's right near the brain stem, and a lot of our cranial nerves are impacted by that area, and so cranial nerves affects the senses, the movement of the eye, sense of smell, olfactory nerve, which is your cranial nerve 1, cranial nerve 2 is the optic nerve, the abducens, the tongue, the glossopharyngeal nerve. So you'll see he'll calm down now. And now I'm going to just massage a little bit up there, very gentle. I'm coming down the neck, and he's got a little spasm. Can I touch your neck?
Sure.
So he has a spasm right here at C4.
Oh, okay.
And I might just rub that out for him. A lot of times I can move it just with massage. And I always like to remind myself, here, look up at me for a second, remind myself to breathe, because they can feel either my tension or my ease. So I'm going to take a breath in. Maybe we should all do that. It's nice. And how about you too, Doc? Take a big breath in. Everybody watching, take a breath. So I'm still on that C5 muscle. And look, he's going right into like a little trance right now, because I'm doing something really nice. I'm holding a tension spot right up here. And look where I'm touching on me. I just did it on Bowman. Now his leg twitches, but he's a twitcher anyway.
Yeah, he is a twitcher.
You know, and it's... But I'm going to see if I can get on a spot where the twitching happens on the upper shoulder here. So I'm holding right behind... I'm in the scapula area. Here's the scapula up high, but I'm going to descend down, and then I find that trigger point. And this is where the twitching happens. So I'm going to hold the twitching point. I'm still holding the neck point. I'm putting about the same amount of pressure that if I had a grape on the kitchen counter, and I put my fingertip on the grape, and I apply enough pressure that it dimples, but would never break. That's what I'm holding it with. Now I'm going to slide down a little bit more, and I'm on like a little fascial line, and there's nerves under there, but there's muscle spasms. And I'm trying to find a position of ease. But look, Doc's giving me this. Do you see how Doc just...
Yeah.
No, Bowman's never seen any of my videos, so I told him he should check out my Animal Cracker YouTube page. But one of the first videos I put up was Louie the pig, a 400-pound pig. And after I adjusted him, he went right to sleep. And then I have another pig one. I forgot what that one was called. Brutus, maybe? It was a black pig. And I adjusted the atlas, and he went right to sleep. Or she. It was a while ago. I don't remember.
Do the pigs come into the office, or do you go?
No, I have to go. I have to go. I have to go make a house call. Now look, I got the shoulder to relax a little. You notice? Still there. So he's in a great little zone right now.
Yeah.
Isn't this nice?
Yeah, yeah.
Because he just met me.
Yeah, no, he's clearly comfortable here.
So I'm still holding that point in his neck. I'm holding the shoulder point, and now I'm going to let that go. I'm going to gently touch the hip. I'm feeling into the sacrum. I'm above the tail. And I'm now at the sacral base. Dogs have 7 cervical bones, so do we.
Oh.
They have 13 thoracics, we have 12. They have 7 lumbars, we have 5. Giraffes have 7 cervical bones. Interesting, right? But they're just taller.
Oh.
So what happens is these transition areas where the thoracic ends and the lumbar begins is a high stress point. And that's a little higher. That's up where I am now. I don't know if you could see that with the camera, Meredith. Meredith is on camera today. I'm still holding the C5 on the left. I don't want to let it go because it's still releasing. But now I want to get to that area that'll help his back end. And it's right where my fingertips are now. So I'm cupping the spinous with my fingertips very gently. And I'm at the junction between the 13th thoracic and the 1st lumbar. So that would be called the thoracolumbar junction. And it's a high stress point for quadrupeds and anybody that walks on 4 feet. Appropriately, at least he has dog as his ringtone, right?
Yeah,
You're a
it's
dog
my,
fan.
Reminder to move the car, which is not applicable right now.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
All right. I don't know what to do here. There's this dilemma I have, which is, do I let go of the point on his neck that's hypnotizing him almost, or putting him into like a nice zone? But my other hand is on his thoracolumbar junction, and I'm going to try to, at the risk of waking him up, but I have to do some work, right? I have to get some work done. I'm going to start to lean into his thoracolumbar one, which will put some posterior to ventral pressure, or posterior to anterior, but on quadrupeds we call it the ventral side or the belly side. Think of like a shark, the dorsal fin, right? That's the top part of the shark, and then the ventral would be the belly side. So I'm still putting much more pressure. Now I'm almost at a point where that grape is squishing down to half size. I'm putting much more pressure down on my right hand, where my right hand is touching his junction between the thoracic rib cage area to where the lumbars begin. And I kind of want to adjust this, so he'll probably get up if I let go, but this is what we have to do next. So I'm going to let go of the neck, support the belly so it stabilizes, and here's the adjustment. Everybody take a breath one more time. Thanks for doing that with me, Bowman. This might make them yelp, okay, everybody? Got it. You can almost hear a little
Cool
click.
customer.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna probably do one last one here on the sacrum. I'm gonna go under here somehow. So now I'm on the sacral base. Maybe pass the phone over to Bowman. I mean, not the phone. It is an iPhone. Yeah. Everybody here, look, that's Meredith. Say hi, Meredith. And I'm gonna come in here and get. So this is all for the back end. Sorry, boo. Got it. I'm gonna have you stand up. And one last one. And up here. Got it.
Ooh.
That one you heard click,
that,
right?
Yeah. Ooh. Okay.
He is a little drunk too. Should've
Totally.
Not bad, huh, buddy?
All right. So we'll see what happens. You know, his legs are shaking, but they've been shaking for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
Last year or two, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But I got a nice little release. I de-stressed his spine. I got 2 clicks. I got one at the thoracolumbar junction, and I did this sacral base. I think that's enough today because you don't want to overload their nervous
Okay.
system.
So
You
should we
can
come
see-
back in a
Yeah.
few days or what?
Well, I would
when's
come
a
back
good time?
maybe in a week.
Okay.
If everybody wants to see a follow-up video, you know, leave a comment. Can I take a quick look at? No charge, but can I
Sure,
just take a
sure.
quick? How could I not see
Yeah.
a dog and not
Yeah.
want to say hello? So,
Take her thing.
yeah, just her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now is she gonna bite
I
me?
pinched her. No, she won't bite.
All right. Let me just take a quick lap around the block with her. May I take a quick look at you, Klickitat?
Clicky.
All right. So Clicky, come on up.
She's a little shy sometimes. Come here.
Hi, sweetie. What do you think? Can I take a look at you?
Do you mind? It's okay. It's okay.
All right. How sweet is she?
She's pretty sweet.
All right. So let me just take a quick peek. Your atlas. Let me bring your head up and bring your head down. Coming up is a little resistant. So we're going to do what's called a inferior atlas. We bring it back superior. Actually, can you just hold her nose for me?
Sure.
So I can have, so she doesn't, got it? That's it. Move around a little bit. See if she shakes. Oh, she just went to sit. That's interesting. Invite her back.
Clicky.
Okay.
It's okay.
Let me feel that. Good, that's good. Now let's see if the head comes up. There it goes all the way.
Yeah.
That's what we wanted. Little spot here. Coming down the back. All good through here. Good through here. A little bit here. Good. And one here. And one here. Let me just check your front legs.
What are you doing, bud?
Let me bring your leg up. Okay, let's check this leg. Okay. Wait.
Really glad she got a haircut before this.
Yes, and she's camera ready. Jaw. No, that's it. Look, what's this little spot there? Like a little.
She's got these little kind of, they're sort of like skin tags. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It feels like a little. It feels like a tick, but it's a skin tag.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, I'm under the belly. I'm on the chest. So cute. Feeling the tail. I like it. Let's look at Doc one more time. Doc's all the way over there. Doc, come on over here.
You want to come through? Come on. No?
Stop.
Yeah. He stopped there. Well, not stopped, but he's just.
Come here, boo.
He's
Okay, come on this way. All right, come. Gentle. Gentle, gentle.
There you go, buddy.
Come on. Come on out. Oh, all right. So I think that's it, everybody. So Doc reads his comments, so please leave a comment and encourage Doc.
I'll read them to him.
You will?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And let's check out the paintings, right?
Yeah.
I-
They're
I
amazing,
definitely-
actually.
Yeah, I want to see
And I'll
that.
bring you the book next time.
All right, really cool. All right, thanks, everybody. So this is our second visit with Doc, and Doc is 16 years old, if I
Yep,
remember.
yep.
Wired hair Jack Russell, but you called him something different.
Broken coated. They
Broken
call them.
coated,
They're
beautiful.
like smooth, rough, and in between is broken
Yeah.
coat.
And this is Bowman, the dad, and just interesting thing. If you haven't seen the first video, part one, or the first video is that Doc's mother, Tillamook Cheddar, was a famous dog painter, where you put like a carbon type surface on top of the canvas.
Yeah, it's like a
right?
homemade transfer paper. It
Yeah.
started with carbon paper, but
Yeah.
yeah, and she'd scratch and use her
And-
teeth
and
make essentially a monoprint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and have kind of an abstract
Yeah.
piece when
Yeah,
you're done.
yeah.
And how many total was
She
in a
made
lifetime?
over 1,000
Yeah.
pieces of work. Yeah.
Over 1,000 pieces. So what's the name of the website?
Tilly.org is the simplest one. TILLIE.
TILLIE.org if you want to see his mother's paintings. How long ago did she die?
She died at the beginning of 2014, so it's been 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah,
And how old was
yeah.
she at that
She
age?
was 15.
15.
Yeah.
And she literally traveled all over the world doing this,
Yeah,
right?
she took me to Europe a couple times, and
Yeah.
we did this crazy long cross-country trip that was a little late in her life.
And the
We waited
funny-
a little too long to launch that journey.
The
but
funny thing is, I saw a video of when Doc was a baby
yeah, a
at
youngster.
one of his mom's exhibits.
Yeah, he got real
Not a
excited by her
baby-
painting, but he
not a
didn't.
baby, but, like,
he
he was
never
probably-
he never took it up.
He was probably 1 or 2 years old, right? A little older?
Maybe, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he was around for a good. He was born in 2005, so
All right.
he was like eight when she passed on. So he had a lot of time with her.
So what we're gonna see with Doc? Doc is an older guy, and he's very shaky. Look at his back end. He's shaky. I don't want him to feel bad, but he probably has a little arthritis in the body.
I think so.
You know,
Yeah.
that's probably safe to say. And he's lost some
Coming back.
muscle tone, and he has some instability. So his legs shake, and
Coming
which-
around.
So
Oh,
this
coming.
type of adjustment is just to make them feel comfortable, and he's so cute. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah, he's a real gentleman.
Yeah, he really is, and he's very classy looking.
Yeah.
He's got the little beard. All right, may I work with you today? Can I just do a little bit of work with you? What do you think? Okay. So Dad's gonna hold you a little bit, but I'm
Okay.
gonna start with the atlas. And he's a little tight on the upper right. So I don't have a good angle yet, so I'll come back to it in a second until I spin him around. But let me look at some other things. All right. What a sweet, sweet guy. A little bit here, so I'm going to just hold that as a muscle contact. So what I'm doing is I'm down at C5 on the right, which is the lower cervicals. Dogs have 7 bones in their neck, 13 thoracics, and 7 lumbars. But I'm on the 5th cervical bone, and I'm just holding it. Remember, he had one I showed you last week where I showed it on you.
I think it was on his left.
Yeah,
left
when I
side,
touched your
yeah.
neck,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was on the left, the opposite side.
Uh-huh.
Remember we did this? So,
Yep.
but this one, it's on the lower right. And again, I'm just going to touch and hold. And I do this sometimes with horses too, where I don't necessarily look for a crack, but you can move the vertebra by holding the muscle with a sustained contact. And I'm just holding and holding. But I'm on a specific muscle, and I'm also and a specific vector or line of correction. So I'm going from medial to lateral. Lateral to medial. I'm going a little posterior, and he's, you know,
He seems pretty relaxed.
yeah, it's pretty relaxed. And I'm also going a little bit caudally to cranially, or tail to head. Now watch his back leg moving. Let's all take a breath if everybody's watching. So what's kind of cool is, did you see he just like laid into this? Now his legs shake, right? I mean, that's part of his life. You know, I didn't create a leg shake.
They constantly hear that they need a jacket all year round. And
What,
being
people-
told that,
people suggest that to you?
Being told that, it's true with Tilly too.
Yeah.
She needs a jacket.
No, it's not. It's actually quite warm in this room. It's
Yeah.
fine, right? It's just more about.
And it's sometimes
You know-
when he's laying down, his legs will tremor a little bit, but when he's standing up, he'll get a whole body.
Okay, see, and maybe go with close up as you can with the camera, and you can hit the 2x button if you have it there, if you need it. But look at his little face. Okay. So sweet. All right, I'm going to let go of C5 now, and I'm going to move back to the atlas that I missed before, and I'm going to just adjust that really gently. I'm going to double up with my fingers like this. May I get this for you? Got it. And that'll wake him up. But he'll go back to sleep in a second.
There you go.
But that's the atlas adjustment. I know that probably scared everybody watching, but as soon as he's not interested in his leg, watch, he'll lay back down again. Doc, what are you doing?
Yeah, a little self-maintenance.
So we're taking a little break to clean up the elbow. Here come Doc. Let's go check again. Come on. All right, lie back down. Okay. Thanks, Doc. Yeah, the atlas is perfect. So the spacing is back.
Oh.
Good job, Doc. Good check.
And what does that affect, like, in terms of the rest of your body? Just everything?
It actually can affect all the way down to that shaky leg, which is really cool because the top bone is. Well, I'll give you an example of extreme. So the top bone is the bone that Christopher Reeves, that played Superman, broke. And when the top bone is fractured and fragments hit the spinal cord at that level, it could knock out your breathing, your digestion, your ability to do anything from the neck down, all the way down. So Christopher Reeves couldn't even wiggle his foot, or at least control the wiggle of his foot. It might be wiggling sometimes, but he had no control from anything from here down. Now, that's a fractured atlas. But what if the atlas just had, here, put your thumb down like this, and you guys can try this if you're watching. So the atlas, this is the brain, and this is the brain stem, or the beginning of the spinal cord.
Right.
And I'm going to be the atlas, and I'm going to take this, and I'm going to start twisting on it. It's because it's misaligned, or tilting it. Now we have pressure on the spinal cord. And the spinal cord is one piece all the way down. So now we're creating torque on the spinal cord all the way down. But it gets even more complicated than that, which there's a casing on the spinal cord called the dura mater, and that's Latin. It means tough mother. Mater is the mother part, and dura is like, well, it's even a Latin word. Dura is strong, durable, durability, dura. So it's the strong and stout. So it's a strong, stout sheath on the spinal cord. And the largest attachments are at the top bone, the atlas. So if it's torqued up at the atlas, it will pull all the way down to the tailbone. And that torque we see on horses, we see on dogs, we see on humans. I had someone come in the office earlier this week with sciatic pain. I wasn't able to get a great adjustment on their lower back where you would think that I'd want to work, but I adjusted the upper cervical, got the atlas nice. He got up and started walking around. So I had a great atlas adjustment and a so-so lower back adjustment. But I know enough about the atlas that sometimes it's good to just, let's see if the atlas will give us something. So I was able to unravel part of his torque all the way down his lower back indirectly with the atlas, because the body was willing to give me more of the cervicals, and it didn't give me much on the lower back, but he was about 60% improved when he got off the table. Good first visit with horrible sciatica. I would have been happy with 10% improvement, or 5% improvement with sciatica. And he was limping when he came in.
Mm.
So it's kind of cool to get that done. So let's keep going down the back. And so we're on the cervicals. I mean, does everybody just love Doc? I mean, you gotta leave.
I sure do.
You gotta leave a message and just say how much you love this dog. And I don't know, words like elegant come to me. He's like so elegant.
It's refined.
He really is. Does he wear like a little smoking jacket around the house?
It looks like he should, but I only dress him up when it's very cold.
Does he wear a monocle? you gotta.
I should.
You gotta get him a monocle.
Yeah.
If anybody could
At
pull,
least maybe a sketch.
yeah. If anybody could pull off a monocle, it would be Doc. So now I'm coming down to that thoracolumbar junction, and when I hit here, the leg goes even more. So watch the leg, and I hit this one spot right about there, and that even made him stir. So I have a tapping instrument. It's actually the activator, but it's an earlier model, and I'm gonna adjust this right in there. Let's do another fast before he leaves, and one more. And I did that today because I really didn't want to impulse with my fingertips too hard. And let's see if we can get him to relax one more time. So Doc, go back down. We're all done with that part. And relax. I'd be curious. Now, how did he do since the last visit? The last visit was 1 week ago.
I feel like he had a bit of a pep in his step. I think, was it last Thursday or Friday?
Yeah.
We had him
So it was
at
a
the
week
park
ago.
on Saturday, and he was
Yeah.
walking around pretty good. The next day and the day after,
Okay.
and since then, I think he's been.
Okay, pep in the step is a good
Yeah.
goal too. Like, let's be
Yeah.
realistic, people watching this. You have a 16-year-old broken hair Jack Russell. Did I say it
broken
right?
coat.
Broken coat.
Yeah.
One of these days I'll
Yeah.
get it right. And we're not going to make him 3 years old again.
Right.
You're not going to make me 3 years old again. Like, I'm kind of
yeah.
I'm kind of my age now.
All
I can approve.
All we're asking for is immortality.
Yes, immortality is not a bad thing. I'm going to wear a monocle next video. All right, so here we go. So I think we're done.
Okay.
Because I got all the spots. I got the thoracolumbar junction. I dropped down to L5, and then I did sacral base.
Okay.
And I don't mind seeing him get up now. Do you want to invite him to get up?
Sure. You want to get up, buddy? I think he's just gonna stay here. You want to get up?
He doesn't. He's just relaxing.
Want to go?
You know, next week when you talk to him, he'll go, "Oh, is that the place I sleep?" Then you go, "Do you want to go to the chiropractor?" He's like, "Oh yeah, that's a good place to nap."
No, I fall asleep at the dentist sometimes, and
You do?
my dentist she says that's the best compliment you can pay a dentist.
Oh wow, I'm the opposite at the dentist. I'm gripping the handrails. All right, do you want to get up and show us walking?
You want to get up? Should I lift him up?
Yeah, you're the dad.
What do you say?
Thanks for coming today.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming today. Okay, you're a good guy. You're a good guy.
Here's Clicky.
All right, thanks for coming. I really appreciate you coming today. Let me look in your eyes one more time. I want to see your pupils. Oh, you're such a good boy. You're such a good guy. Thank you, everyone. Leave Doc some encouraging message in the comments. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. And I don't mind seeing him get up now. Do you want to invite him to get up?
Sure. You want to get up, buddy? I think he's just gonna stay here.
All right, thanks for coming. I really appreciate you coming today. Let me look in your eyes one more time. I want to see your pupils. Oh, you're such a good boy. You're such a good guy.